It's going to be all right. Doug is in the studio and everything is looking good. The sun is up or it's raining or the wind is blowing, wherever it is. Just give it 5 minutes on St. Croix and you know the weather going to change, you know. And it's all good. It's all good. Except for them things that'll come along every now and then. Okay? It's all good. All right. So, you know, I have a duty to fulfill. Yep. Now that all the other stuff is over, we got the community calendar we're going to talk about. And definitely at 9 o'clock this morning, I'm expecting some guests in. We have some folks coming in from the Artists Guild. All right, yeah. They got some events coming up, folks. You know, we're still in that Art Thursday time. I've been here mourning the loss of Top Hat, but they have an event coming up and they are going to be using the Top Hat space for that event. And it's like, wow, nostalgia, memories, all these things, all the way back to a Barbaroo, okay? Yeah, okay. So, change is the one constant. Yeah? You get it? Change is the one constant. The thing you can count on is that things will change. It can be for the better, for the worse, for the in-between, for the ambivalent, for the, rejoiceful, whatever, but things always change. Yeah, I know that. I know sometimes you just say, don't like change. Keep it the same. Well, when it comes to culture, folks, culture and tradition, these things are evolving targets that we have something in our hands and something that we have to do something with. Because if we don't, hey, folks, then in 2 it's gone. It's gone. It's redefined. It's told by somebody else. It's everything other than what you might think it should be or how it should carry on. All right? But folks, just know that you have the power. You have the power. No, okay. This is not the like I said, campaign over. This is like for real, okay? You got the power. In every which way, shape, or fashion. You got the power. So, decide what you're going to do with your day, how you're going to live with your day. No, not worry about it. Just make a decision for the positive and move it forward into gear. Okay? And spread the love, folks. Spread the love because you know how it is. Love's in need of love all the time. Okay? So now I got my my duty to do here because I talked about culture and tradition and history. And the reality is that these things have to be taught, and we have to do things to preserve those things we want to see not change or not disappear by change, because change gonna happen. All right? We're still trying to find where Atlantis is. They say it existed, right? But something changed and we can't find it. All right. But definitely, that thing that we call culture, those things we call traditions, the stories that are his, hers, or whoever's, the ones that matter to us to be preserved, yeah. So, once again, none other than the mighty Image Band. You know, they're going to live forever with this song. If you play it in your house, if your children hear it, if you send a copy of it to your children that living in the States that having grandchildren and great-grandchildren that maybe aren't as connected to this culture that's important to you. But songs like this and other things that can make the difference, pictures and whatever, hey, keep them around, keep them in the children's ear. I mean, Daddy used to play all kind of songs, whether it's the Platters or Dinah Washington, you know, all of this stuff. And hey, it's still in my head. So bring it home and play it, show it, whatever. All right, here we go.
Watch now. Image. We back again. We got another little quiz for you. Balance. Aye. You thought it was good the first time? Man, we had so much fun, we could do it again.
Are you looking forward to a better day? Stop by a Better Day Cafe at Beeston Hill Health and Wellness Center for fresh juices, a healthful menu, and holistic consulting with Dr. Micah McIntosh. Thomas Edison proclaimed that the doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest her patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. This is the holistic approach that you will receive when consulting with Dr. Micah of A Better Day LLC. Call to experience a newfound health, clarity, and peak vitality at 340-201-7637, located upstairs at Beeston Hill Health and Wellness. Call and make the appointment that will hand you the keys to health and energy once and for all.
Grab your lights and come.
Jay's Landscaping. We do tree trimming, debris removal, small and large lot clearance, commercial and residential yard maintenance, all at reasonable rates.
Call Jason for Jay's Landscaping, 473-8586. Estimates available. No job too big or too small.
AM 970, WSTX, Christiansted, Frederickstead, and the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, folks. Love that music, you know. I have the camera so you only see my upper torso, but you can't see down in the chair because you see the chair swinging all kind of ways when this music starts, right? It's all good, folks. It's all good. It's all good. So, all right. I've got the Artists Guild, no stranger to us here at WSTX. Yes. They have various events throughout the year, and they make it a point to come here and let you know all about it. We're happy to have them here. All right. So, with no further ado, go ahead and take charge of your mic, and this is your show. Let's talk about the Artists Guild, what it does in the community, and events you got coming up.
Okay. Well, good morning. My name is Kathy Booth. I'm the former president of the Artists Guild, currently vice president. And
I'm Matt Jarvis. I'm the current president.
So we have some upcoming events that we'd like to talk about. The first is coming up this Saturday, and we're partnering with the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. And talk
it's
a little bit
going to be a
about
mask making workshop for young kids, and it's going to be really exciting. We love working with youth here and trying to get them to develop their artistic talents that may be lying dormant. So that'll be fun. We have all kinds of materials waiting for them, and masks that they could put together and paint. It'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that.
Okay, so how do they sign up?
They sign up through the museum because we're partnering with the museum. So they just have to call the museum. It's for 7 to 10-year-olds. And they call the museum and sign up, and it's from 10 to 12 on Saturday. There's no fee, it's free. So they just need to come and show up ready to create.
We've got 17 sign-ups. So
all right.
We're really excited. Should be a challenge for us.
Okay.
We can take up to 20.
Okay.
So we still have some spots left.
Okay,
and,
good thing. Well, you know, I'm always glad to hear about what the Artists Guild has going on, you know, which, by the way, I'm not letting you off the hook. I'm looking for some art some artists who might want to be featured in a documentary, but it's a very, very narrow scope, meaning that we're interested in paintings of cactus, any cacti,
Cactus.
okay,
Looking for an East End artist then.
and second runner-up, anything that falls under the succulent umbrella. And we're talking about stuff that's being grown here. It can't be a painting from someplace else. It has to be from here, okay? But it's a documentary going on, and they can be featured in that context, okay? So definitely, I'm the contact person in terms of that, okay? So
Wonderful.
definitely put the word out there, and I'd be happy to talk with them and come by and do some videotaping and everything else, and let them see a preview of what we're working on, so they'll understand what the documentary is about. Don't want to say too much more than
You're
that.
not
Don't want to
gonna
be a
tell us what
spoiler.
the documentary's about yet? Playing it close to the vest.
Off the air. All right. But yeah, so okay, so we have this mask making event that's going on at Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. You know, I want to big up Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts, because if there's something out there that somebody wants to do with our young people artistically or whatever, I mean, they really, really do their best to make sure that somehow they can embrace it. You know, I mean, if they,
Sure, yeah.
And the museum in the last couple of years have hired some new personnel, and there is an education director. So the museum almost every weekend has something going on. Either an event, or they have, there's a group that meets every Wednesday that does different creative projects. There's also a lot of children's workshops going on. There's a person who teaches pottery classes. They have artist in residence. They had an artist in residence actually who came from Puerto Rico. This must have been maybe about the same time we had our mask workshop.
Yeah.
I think that was
Well,
2018 or 19.
Yeah,
so
well,
a
they've
lot
been
going
doing
on
this. They've been doing the artist in residence for a whole year, and I don't know. Maybe if the Artist Guild isn't keeping you busy enough, I think I'm gonna recommend you to Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts as their PIO officer, because I just love how you just, you know. But folks, she's just telling you what anyone would otherwise say, because when we listen here on this show, when we do our community calendar, you hear Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts coming up left and right, and they were in here about 3-4 weeks ago talking about an event that they had going on. Yeah, I'm a member of the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts, and you know, I joined. One of the motivating factors for me is the amount of things that they're doing with young people, you know, in that sense. So you just gotta support in that sense, you know. So
now,
it's one of those things, folks. The young people are the ones who are gonna carry culture and tradition forward. You know, we can get out and celebrate it all we want to, but if we want to carry forward, we got to make sure that we make an avenue to make it available for them to learn.
And we want an artist guild that has a lot of members. We do a lot of good for the people that are, you know, part of our organization in terms of helping other groups, as he said, you know, doing the workshops, also getting visibility for their work. And that's a really key thing.
Okay.
A lot of people are not tight in the art community and need an avenue
Okay.
to get exposure.
Well, I'm going to throw this out to you, right? I did a couple of features called Art and the Artist, okay? But that was kind of involved with, you know, a movie production type of thing. But one of the things that we can do, if you have artists that are interested, is tell them to come with a flash drive with pictures of their art, and let's sit down and talk about it.
That's right.
And we'll put in another monitor so that they can see the art and talk about the inspiration and so forth and so on. And because we're also streaming, the community would be able to see the art and hear the discussion at the same time. Yeah, these are kind of things that we can do here at WSTX, and we'll be happy to do in terms of promoting the art world here in the Virgin Islands. Yeah.
and we do have another activity coming up next week for Art Thursday.
Yes.
We're calling it an art market.
Pop-up art market.
Art market.
Okay.
What it's, we contacted the new owner of Top Hat Gallery because the former owner had sold the property and moved on. So
Will Watson.
Will Watson.
A plug too, Will.
Yes. And so we're going to rent the space. The Artists Guild will rent the space for a pop-up artist market. And what
Okay.
the difference between that and a show is that when there's an art show, which our annual show will be starting in the end of December.
That's item number 3. We'll get to that.
Yeah. But the difference between a show and the market is that artists can show previously shown work, because every time there's a show, for example, the annual show at the museum or other shows, the work that's in the show has to be
New work.
new work,
Okay.
original work. It
Original
can't
work.
be something that you did 4 years ago.
Right.
And
Not even
so-
shown. Not a matter
Right.
of
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
put up for sale.
Well,
you
Right.
can't
and-
even display.
Well,
it.
that's great. That's great. And I want to focus in particular on the pop-up, because we suffered through the pandemic, and now we've gotten back to having our art Thursdays. You can get out and enjoy the place and
Yes.
and see people you haven't seen in ages. And because they were there locking themselves down, folks
Yeah.
could come out and it's still, hey, it's okay, come on out. And it's like, are you
Have some
sure?
roti.
Well, folks, it's time to come on out and definitely take that stroll downtown in Christiansted on the Art Thursday. Now, I just wanted to reflect a little bit here on the location, okay? Because I am so missing the top hat. All right, I am
50
so
here.
missing the top
Yeah,
hat, and I'm
copies.
sure many people are, like yourself. To be able to walk downtown, there's something iconic about that place with those large windows. Because of those windows, the place was always open. So no matter what time of day you walk down there, you could always turn your head and look in there and see art and see things in there. And so the whole refurbishing, reconstruction process, of course, closed off everything. And it's like, wow, are we going to have something that's going to have that same type of effect coming in the future? So when I saw that it was going to be happening there, I said, wow, okay, opportunity to go back and reminisce a little bit here in the process. Okay, great thing, great location, definitely a great compliment to the art walk in Christiansted. Okay, so I'm done running my mouth with that.
Well, I can just throw on that we're going to be having wine and cheese, and that'll be really fun. Credit cards will be welcome for anybody that's interested in any of the pieces. It'll speak to them, I'm hoping. We have a lot of different artists with a lot of different media that they're creating in. So it'll be, I think there's something for everybody there.
Right,
We'll
we
fun.
have small things like cards and ornaments and large pieces, and so it's just going to be a whole variety. Some things will be matted or printed, so they won't be as expensive, and there'll be framed pieces, just a whole variety of things for people. So.
All right, all right.
Paintings are big, perfect stocking stuffers if you're an elephant.
Yeah, and Christmas is coming.
Yes.
All right,
That's right.
Christmas is coming. Yeah. Well, I have to give my little qualification here that I do from time to time. Folks, they're having wine and cheese. And you know what I tell you about the cheese, okay? You have to eat your cheese responsibly. All right? I'm tired of this thing where people trying to move mahogany trees because they ate too much cheese. So do it responsibly.
I wanted to mention too that we are going to be open from 5 to 8 during the Art Thursday Art Walk, but we are also going to be open Friday at the Top Hat from 12 to 3.
All right.
So in case there are people who really do not want to come out in the evening, they don't want to drive in the dark, or
Yep.
whatever.
It's getting dark quick now.
That will give them an opportunity to come back on Friday.
All right.
Or maybe if they come in and they're kind of rushed, they can come back and really take their leisurely time on Friday to peruse everything.
They don't want to
Fantastic.
carry artwork around on Art Thursday, so they can come back on Friday.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. And you're doing several great things all at one time, because, like I said, it'll be great to see the Top Hat door open. Not Top Hat anymore, but the place. It has a persona, ambience, whatever you want to call it. So it's great to have that open, and it's great that the Artists Guild is going to be in there for this event, because, again, it's true to the heritage of the place in terms of the art work that was being displayed there. And definitely is happening on Art Thursday, folks. So, okay, somebody turned up something a little loud there. That's okay. So now we have mask making going on the 12th. And then the following week at Art Thursday, we've got the Top Hat location, and the Artists Guild is going to be there with various art from various artists on sale and always there for your visual appreciation. Okay, and they're also going to be open on the Friday. Now, the time for Art Thursday that you're going to be open is from
5 to 8.
5 to 8, and the time on Friday
12 to 3.
12 to 3. All right?
And it's at 52 Company Street.
52 Company
which is
Street.
the old Top Hat.
The old Top Hat. It's one of those things where I say Top Hat because, as a general proposition, if somebody's lost, they can say, "Where's Top Hat?" And it's just one of those things. And I grew up here in Christiansted, and I could find my way around every nook and cranny. There was a time when what used to be Sylvia's magazine store, there was an alleyway you could walk right through there to get to King Street. These little things, but ask me a street name back in those days, and I was totally lost. Okay, totally lost. But
It's basically across from the post office.
The post office.
post office, if you know where the market is, you're super close. All right. And then you said you've got more on your plate coming up for us with the show. When is the show scheduled?
December 30th
December
through January 29th.
Through the 29th. Okay, so folks, you see it's going to be open for a while. We're going to have a special event usually for the opener, right?
Opening.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, yeah.
All
And
right.
that's so nice to have such a long period of time to have the work up. If we get cruise ships coming through, just a lot of foot traffic, it's really nice for people to have people
Okay.
see their work.
Where,
Appreciate it.
where's the show going to be this year?
At the museum.
At the museum,
Yeah.
Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts.
And
Okay,
then they
good.
also do online.
Mhm.
They also put it online.
Great.
And a lot of pieces sold last year. They put all their shows online now. As
All
well.
right. Fantastic.
So-
Fantastic.
You can't make it there in person.
And I believe that we're going to see more and more of that happening locally, because it's already part of the internet, construct in terms of how it's going. So I believe we're going to see more and more of that going on. Giving an example, I went to a volleyball tournament at a school, and yes, more people could have been there, but in terms of the number of people who would have wanted to be there, the gymnasium can't hold everybody. So it's time to start streaming these events so that more people can be involved in the community, even if they can't be there. Okay, so that's great that they're doing that. All right, so folks, from now through January, you know that the Artists Guild has things going on, and I'm going to rewind back to now, because this Saturday, I want you to be particularly aware of what's going on, because it involves children, and exposure can make such a difference in a child's life. We see recently that we have someone won the gold in fencing. We saw recently that someone went to Olympics and is competitive out there in archery and swimming and these are things that we have to know, that if we don't expose our children, we may be taking away opportunities from them or denying them opportunities. So it's so important, get the children out so that Saturday the 12th. What time?
From 10 to 12.
Yeah, 10 to 12.
From
Sorry.
yeah, I'm just
Juggling too many.
no, I'm just going back and forth because I don't want it to be my voice alone.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so Saturday, and folks, it's FREE. All right, don't start putting obstacles in your mind. The only thing you gotta do is get them there and get them home. Other than that, everything else is taken care of. All right, that's how you do it. Go ahead.
Throw something else in is that we're going to be having a meeting of the guild right after that mask workshop. So if you are a local artist and you're interested in seeing what we do and might be interested in joining up, please come out.
That'll be
Come see
1
us.
to 3
1 to
that
3.
same day at the museum, right after the
Okay, fantastic.
shortly after.
We could
All
always use more people.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I think that you should know by now that the doors at WSTX are always open to you. And I look forward to seeing some of your artists come in and to be interviewed about their art and their philosophy and their motivation. And the stories behind everything are always so important, because one of the persons who starred in one of my works, so to speak, he was this disgusting little boy in school that was doing everything else. I put what a teacher was teaching, and the teacher came back and caught him and said, "Oh, okay, this is what you're doing." And now he's a renowned artist, but it started from that. And people need to understand that sometimes when you look at children, don't put them in a mold necessarily. Don't take their actions, activity as necessarily negative just because it's not what you want them to be doing right then and there, but to start recognizing what's going on with that child all the way up to and including talents. Okay? One of the things that I found in working with children is the disgusting one. I always making noise, and whatever I make them teacher's assistant, so to speak. And they rise up, and all of a sudden they become a different person. So sometimes it's how we challenge them. And in this case here, mask making is fun. All right, lots of other children there, maybe some new faces, some new friendships in the process. So just know that Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts is the place to be. But definitely call and sign the child up. Make sure that they've got the space to get them in there, or if they need to say, "Hey, we need to do this again and real soon." Yeah. yes, this is how we do it. Show your interest and let the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts know, because they have shown that they're very responsive in that regards. Okay, good thing. All right. Well, I'm glad to have you folks here and to talk about what the Artists Guild is doing. And folks, you see, from the mask making to the meeting that afternoon for the Artists Guild itself, and then we have the art walk coming up on our Thursday, and at the end of December we have the artist show, the art show that's going to be going on. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm always happy to have you folks in here, so make sure you keep us abreast weeks in advance, every time, whenever possible, unless we're booked up, and we're generally not booked up like that, but we do our announcements on the community calendar also to make sure that the word gets out. Okay, so yeah,
We'd be happy to come back in December.
Yes,
Definitely.
Talk about the art show.
Okay, well, let's make it a plan. Plan for at least 2 weeks before. Start, prepping people. So I'll
really
mark my
appreciate your
calendar.
support. This
Yeah.
is really terrific.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you so
that's
much.
where it starts. One by one in the community. That's how we make the difference, right? Yeah. So let's plan. We figure the 30th. So at least 2 weeks around the middle of December. Okay. And it will also be on my community calendar also, so that it will be talked about. But it's always good, if you even want to have a couple of guest artists that want to come in and talk about their art and intrigue people in the process. Hey,
Absolutely.
only on
Yeah, we'll
WSTX.
intrigue you. We'll intrigue you.
Okay, all
We're
right.
intrigued about your video too, or your.
Documentary.
Okay,
Documentary.
I'll get those two. I'll get a copy. In fact, why don't you send me the email link? send me an email link, and I'll send you a link so you can see it's on YouTube. Okay. Yeah. And it's always interesting when you talk to artists, because like people, they're all so different. How they all came into to being an artist in professionally and otherwise in the community is always interesting, because you, like I said, you got those from childhood, and then you have those who one day, I'm bored, and they go someplace and, oh, that's interesting, let me try that. Next thing you know, boom, it just happens. Like photography, you give someone a camera and all of a sudden they're transformed, or in some cases they put it down, and then 20 years later, wait, weren't you the person who had a camera and just didn't do anything with it? Right. Yeah, so it's all good. Now, art itself in terms of medium has evolved. You've got the traditional paintbrush, paint, watercolor, oil, charcoal, but now we've got mixed media and various things going on. So, folks, when you hear there's an art show, just know that come with an open mind. You may be surprised at things that people do, all the way down to some wonderful artwork that was done by, I guess this person collected. Either they collected or they had their own tumbler to do it with the glass. Every now and then you get lucky, you're on the beach and you find a piece of glass that's not there to cut you. It's already been smoothed down, and it has that special texture and look. And it's like you found gold. And they took these and they made all of these different cultural displays of making people, animals, whatever the case may be. And it's just wonderful to see what the human mind, imagination can do. And we've got to give our children, starting, folks, this Saturday, 10 to 12, you've got the mask making going on. It's free. Make sure you call Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. In fact, let me, I had that document. What's the phone number there? Let me talk about the phone number. If you want to register, let me pull up what I have here, because I have it here in my community calendar that I was looking at before you guys got here, and so I'm going to tell you in a quick second here with the mask making. Okay, 340-772-2622. 340-772-2622. And if you haven't gotten your pen and paper yet, I'll say it again. But before I do, just what it's about. It's a Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. They've got a mask making Saturday workshop. It's free and it's sponsored by the Artists Guild of St. Croix, and that's this Saturday, November 12th, from 10 to noon, and it's for children ages 7 through 10. Yes, you have to register, because if they have 30 seats or 20 seats or 10 seats, whatever the number is, I believe it's 20, right? 20. Right. Okay, and 17 people have signed up as the time these folks walked in the door. So, if there's a demand, they can make more space or do whatever they have to do, because they try to make it happen. Wherever they can, they try to make it happen for the children with the various events that they have there. All right? Now, one admonishment. Don't be such a stranger for so long. It's great to have you in here, but it's been a while. Anyhow, I'll cut you some slack because of the pandemic, okay? All right, but seriously though, it's great to have you here and to talk about what's going on with the Artists Guild. And look forward to future collaboration. Get some of the artists in here, put a face and a voice and artwork before the people in that sense, and do more to how should I say, bring the community in touch. The shows are great. We love the shows, right. But in between there is a lot of stuff going on with art. Of course, we got the Art Thursdays, folks. Art Thursday, if you are art junkie or you just need to be lifted up and knowing that the art is out there with something that's going to inspire you, hey, Art Thursday, come on out. Yes, the folks on the Artist Guild are going to be there. They're going to be there in the building that we affectionately know as Top Hat. Yes, there for you to see and to participate. Okay?
Don't trip any Makajumbis as you run toward the show.
All right, and speak as you mentioned the ship. It's great that the show is going to be in Frederickstead, and hopefully in that context, in the future we can market it so that the folks coming to St. Croix can have their list of things going on, and that will be one of them. I'm sure that they wander around enough that Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts probably has their hands full, but I would rather that there be always more than just a few. Okay? All right. So, well, the last words are yours. We can do a recap on what's going on and about the Artists Guild and let people know so that they can continue to get involved and be involved and know that the Artists Guild is active.
Captain, you have any thoughts?
Well, again, just to recap, this coming Saturday, we have two things. The Children's Mask Making Workshop at the museum from 10 to 12, and then our Artist Guild meeting from 1 to 3 at the museum. So if you
Crashers welcome.
Right. Please, please. We'd love to have some new members. And we also have the Art Walk, which is next Thursday. Will be at Top Hat from on Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. and then also on Friday, November
12 to 3.
18th, from 12 to 3. And then our annual show coming up. The opening is December 30th with more information to follow concerning the artists who are in the show, what the opening will be like, the hours, and what's taking place. So
Okay, and just
come on out.
Yeah, good time will be had by all. I guarantee it.
And just for the record, yep, the 15th of December is a Thursday. Okay, so we can tentatively say that they're going to be back here on the 15th, and we're going to be talking about the show on the 15th. Okay, good thing, good thing. All right,
Sounds
but
great, though.
in the meantime, as it is coming together, and you get your list of artists who are going to be there, you can feed me little drips and drabs, and I can talk about it on my show also. Enjoy doing that. By the time the community get there, they'll be all hyped and pumped and ready to just take it all in. Okay?
Sounds great.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Sounds great.
All right, and with that, folks, I just want to say thank you to the Artists Guild for what they do. Thank you to all the artists that participate and interact with Artists Guild to give us these fantastic shows, and also for the volunteerism that you do in the community when you work with places like Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts or other organizations to work with the children, and as well as other activities, because there are other activities out there. For instance, in Breast Cancer Month, they had various art appreciation type of activities that persons who are survivors of cancer got involved in, and it's great. Art is such a fantastic, like music. Art is such a fantastic thing that to affect the mind and the mood and everything else in that process. But the whole creation, no matter what you think of it, I made that. Afterwards, it's like I went to one of those sip and paint things. I didn't do too much sipping because I want to make sure my lines were good.
The painting gets better when you do sipping. Just in case you didn't know that. Just letting you know.
Oh yes. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, my stuff didn't look as good as the teacher's own, but we all had fun. Yeah, so
it's the process, not the product.
Yep. Yes, the journey, definitely the journey, not the destination. For sure.
Self-expression.
Yep. So anyhow, one of the things that I just want to say is keep on doing what you do. Okay, keep on doing what you're doing, and with WSTX, we're going to be great partners in getting the word out and making sure that the community benefits, because art is an expression. And very often when you go to these shows, you see expressions of things in the community. And don't forget me with my cacti If you have any artists that have any art of local growing cactus or succulents, definitely.
I'm gonna look through my inventory.
Definitely,
We'll mention it on
we-
Saturday for sure. So.
we have a documentary, and when I get a chance, I'll give you a little preview. But the nice thing about cactus is that that's generally lasting on people's minds, and very often something that people don't think about in terms of utility or food or whatever, so forth and so on. And there is culture and tradition and heritage here that many people don't know about. And that's why we're doing it by way of a documentary, to get the word out and get people thinking and to be aware. Otherwise, like anything else, it'll disappear and somebody will come and write a totally different story if you never told yours.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
we're looking forward to it, okay?
Interesting.
All right, fantastic. So keep me in mind with that.
Okay,
And
will do.
definitely, it's something that we look forward to. Any collaboration, I say that to anybody out there that's listening, and so you know what it is that we're working on in that documentary, and you'd like to be involved. Hey, great thing. It's a community thing, because in the end, it's really about cultural traditions, historical notations, or history, depending on how it comes out. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
in.
you so much.
Thank you
And
so
looking
much.
forward to
All you
next
do.
time. And definitely take my admonition seriously. Don't be a stranger.
We'll be back. Trust me. You
right.
created a monster now.
Good thing. Good thing. All right. Good
Thank
thing.
you so much. Have a great day.
You do the same. Folks, WSTX, this is the place. You want to get the word out about your organization's activities? Definitely. Come on and check us out. Okay? Let us know that you're interested, and we will schedule you for one of our great hosts to get the word out. Okay? Now, it's now 25 minutes before the hour of 10. And you know what happens at 10 o'clock, right? 10 o'clock, Doug gots to go. But in the meantime, I can do something more than talk, all right? Yes, because St. Croix, we've got so much wonderful stuff here, okay? So much wonderful stuff, so much that's going on. Take it beyond St. Croix, spread it out to St. Thomas, spread it out to St. John. Water Island, as they're making that into number 4, even though it is connected to St. Thomas, but the key is what goes on there and how it can be of benefit, inspiration, relaxation, whatever to you. All right, got somebody on here on line 1. Okay. Good morning, WSTX.
Good morning, my compadre. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing well, considering that today is my Earth Strong Day.
All right, all right. Okay, well, just stay here with us so we could be stronger together, okay?
Good.
All right,
And
good
tomorrow being Veteran Day, so of course I want to shout out to all those that served, those that return, and those that came back in a pine box. I always feel compelled to remind listeners that the Virgin Islands lost more soldiers per capita in the Vietnam era conflict because it was not a war. And you might ask, I in my graduating class of 1965 from the Charlotte Mali High School, we lost some 6 of my classmates. You know a fellow named Startover used to be in the Senate with you?
Yes.
He came back, but he left in Nikiap somewhere about in Da Nang.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, to lose 6 of your classmates, that was such a sad thing. And they continued to ask me where was I. I say, well, I was at 3 different places. I was in the Salvation Army, as well as the McHale Navy.
Uh-huh.
But then I also emerged from the war room with a rank of Lieutenant Colonel Aide-de-Camp to the State of Georgia National Guard. I didn't see active duty, thank God. But I don't know if you did. I know you were very
No, I didn't, but that's not the measure. Because from the time you put up your hand and say the oath and whatever else, you were just as eligible as everybody else to go. Okay?
Right, and just as vulnerable, I suspect.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, well, listen, I know your time is running. Let me just give final shout out to two Crucian women that's close to my heart and were high-ranking officers, Ruby Margaret and Rouse, of course, and of course Carolyn Fox of the national, now in charge of the Board of Elections. Okay, thanks much and have a good day.
All right, you take care. Have a good one too.
Yes, right.
All right, good day. Yeah, folks, that's right. Veterans Day is more than a holiday. It has significance. Like I said, take the time out to thank someone for the service, even someone you don't like. You don't have to like them. You have freedom to like and not like, okay? And that freedom is very much an extension of people who serve in the military, okay? Okay, that's the best way to put it. You gotta look at the bigger picture. Because I don't I don't care who you be. If you fall down and dead a gasping from a heart attack, you're gonna take whoever step up and know CPR to help you. You ain't gonna be there, but oh, I don't like you. You can't do CPR on me. Okay. All right. Good thing. WSTX.
Hello, Douglas Kenton, my good friend, and how are you today?
Doing great yourself.
Oh, I am just great. It's going to be a good day today, I believe so. And I know this is the day that you do the community calendar, right?
That's right.
That's good, man. That's good. Well, we have on the phone, this is Kevin Raines. Yeah, I know you knew that, but, you know, the wider audience, maybe they caught my voice, maybe they didn't. But this is Kevin Raines. And I have on the phone with me Howard Phillips, who happens to be sort of a crackerjack lawyer here in the territory and an all-around great guy. He is also, I'm so jealous, he is also a quintessential piano player, jazz pianist, who's been entertaining people not only on St. Croix, but, you know, throughout the United States, mostly on the West Coast. You know, for many, many years, and in Europe as well. But, you know, we happen to have Howard here in the Virgin Islands, you know, as the moving force, is sort of the, you know, the musical soul of a group, a band, a jazz band here in the Virgin Islands called Glen Allen and the Troublemakers. Howard, say hi to the folks.
Hello. This is Howard Phillips. Great. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. Kevin, I really appreciate that. But yeah, we're very excited about the band Glen Allen and the Troublemakers. You know, we've been in existence for a little over a year now. I think it was Memorial Day last year that we started our band, and it's a great jazz band with some really good players. And of course, Kevin is one of our premier vocalists, as well as CJ Baz. So, hello, this is Howard Phillips.
Yes, okay, so we've had, you know, Glen Allen and the Troublemakers has had, you know, the opportunity to play at a number of venues here on St. Croix, but our favorite venue, I believe, is Sylvie's over in La Valley, where we primarily do national holidays. And since we have the Veterans Day holiday coming up tomorrow morning, there's going to be a Crucian breakfast at Sylvie's in La Valley, starting like 10 a.m., I believe it's 10 a.m. 9 a.m., excuse me, Howard, thanks for the correction. 9 a.m., and the band is going to be playing, you know, throughout the Crucian breakfast. The last couple of times we've done that, Memorial Day and, you know, other opportunities has been just extraordinary fun. And as Howard said, I get an opportunity to enjoy the crowd and hopefully have the crowd enjoy me and the jazz. Not only jazz, but jazz fusion, and traditional jazz, jazz standards, jazz fusion, Delta blues, pop music. I mean, CJ, my compatriot in song, is an extraordinary vocalist, and we have Glenn on bass, we have Yoshe on saxophone, a number of different saxophones, the tenor and the soprano. We have Vernon on the drums, and of course, as I said, Howard Phillips on the piano. And so the reason why we're calling is simply to say, everybody within the sound of my voice, maybe not you folks in Barbados, not you folks in Puerto Rico, maybe, because STX reaches way out into the Caribbean. But those people who are within the sound of my voice on St. Croix, come on out to Sylvie's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Have some Crucian breakfast, which is always just extraordinary out there, and listen to some really, really great music.
All right, sounds great. You've been holding out on me. Only now you're telling me this.
Doug, I'll tell you what. We are getting our act together with the Troublemakers, and I'll tell you, Doug, if you come out there, you're going to have just a bang-up time. Great people, great food, great music.
All right, so that's tomorrow morning is a special brunch for Veterans Day. All right, starting at 9. And the band is going to be fired up at that time?
Well, guys, we're going to be rolling, man. The Troublemakers.
Yeah, we're moving.
You make it trouble, man.
All right, good. Okay, well.
All right, and say goodbye to the folks there.
Okay, well, I'm going to put it on my calendar to come and check it out. Okay?
That would be good.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much for giving us a couple of minutes on your air, man.
All right. See you at Sylvie's tomorrow.
Sylvie's tomorrow. I'm looking to see you there, man.
All right. Good thing. All right.
We'll talk soon.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks.
Folks, only on WSTX. Only on WSTX. You want to know what's going on in the community? WSTX is the place. All right? Good thing. But the counselor was holding out on me there. It's kind of like you go to court and you got information that you're supposed to share with the other counsel. Okay, well, folks, I didn't know about Glen Allen and the Troublemakers and the venues that they've been playing, but I'm going to check them out. Okay, always nice to go and have a sit down, some good food, good music. Yep, and it'll do it to you. So the place for me tomorrow is Sylvie's down in La Valley. You check it out and listen to Glen Allen and the Troublemakers. Yeah, 9 a.m. in the morning. So you want to do something different for a breakfast brunch thing? Hey, check it out at Sylvie's tomorrow morning. Do a shout out to your favorite veteran and say, hey, let's go out and do something different. Take him or her out there and check out Sylvie's and the ambience and the scenery and enjoy some good music in the process of a good meal. All right. Good thing. Only on WSTX, folks. All right. Now, I want to just say that across these Virgin Islands, there's so much to be thankful for and so much to enjoy. So I'm going to play a little bit of music about these Virgin Islands that's going to work us back to St. Croix in the process. Okay, so let's do it. Let's share some good music in the process. Now, one of the things that I want to just say as a quick in-between here, there's a lot going on St. Croix, but there's a lot that's happened on St. Croix, and documenting what takes place is so important to our identity. Okay, so folks, make it a point whenever you're having something special that somebody is recording, somebody is taping, somebody is documenting, so that when you say remember when, because let me play this video for you and show you what it was like, this, that, and the other, so forth and so on. That's right, remember when. All right. Virgin Islands, a nice place to live.
Oh yeah, Virgin Islands nice, so nice. Sure. I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St. Dry, nothing can come between us but the waters that divide, yeah. Even though we're just a few square miles, I travel around the world with Virgin Island pride, yeah. A lot of people still going through strife, and still we live a joyful life. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to lose, yet so much to prove. Hey, Virgin Island teachers never raise no fool. Mama sent me school. Hey, when it's difficult, we still a push through. No matter what, the blessings of we continue. We are a people of great value. That's why we stick together like tamarind stew. I remember Queen Mary, we make the fire burn, and Edward Blyden with the Africa vision. Remember St. John with the slave rebellion. General Butler say emancipation. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, we got so much to prove, yet so much to lose. Virgin Island teachers never raise no fool. Mama sent me school. Yeah. St. Crime produce the band Midnight, and them the kind of roots make the fire ignite, yo. Julian Jackson was a champion in the ring, and now him three son them a do the same thing, yeah. Tim Duncan come from the VI, one of the greatest, and the world can see why, yeah. If you ever ask me where I'm from, born in the Virgin Island, and the whole place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Cry full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise, so nice, so nice. The Virgin Islands nice, so nice, so nice. Rock City sweet and nice, so nice, so nice. Twin City full of pure vibes, so nice, so nice. Love City a real paradise, so nice, so nice. Hey, I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St. Dry, nothing can come between us.
Yeah, this is my tribute to the Virgin Islands. Call this home. Yeah. And join us. Come down and take a tour. We from the VIO. Shout it out, VI, put up your hand them high. Proud that you from the VI, wave the flags up in the sky. Show them we run this party, show them we rule this fete. Show them we have energy, tired man we'll never get. VI, we from the VIO. Packed up with friendly people. Shout it out, VI.
How can you miss an opportunity like this, Mr. Tourist? I'm going to insist, boy. Come to St. Croix, oh Lordy. Come to St. Croix, oh boy. Come to St. Croix, why you talking? For snorkeling and sailing, it is my belief you will be enchanted by the lovely Buck Island Reef. Then back to your hotel, so comfortable and clean. You never want to go back home, you want to stay here in the Caribbean. St. Croix, for duty-free liquor. Yes, St. Croix, perfume and jewelry is cheaper. How can you miss an opportunity like this, Mr. Tourist? I'm going to insist. What you say? Come to St. Croix, oh Lord. Come to St. Croix, aha. Come to St. Croix, why you talking? Mikey. Dimitri Coleman, yeah. Calypso and Stefan will tell you it's carnival. Beauty queens parading, I say you can't miss this festival. It starts around Christmas until January the 8th. So make your reservations now before it gets too late. St. Croix, if you like sea bathing. St. Croix for spearfishing and some riding. How can you miss an opportunity like this, Mr. Tourist? I'm going to insist. While you're talking, come to St. Croix, oh boy. Come to St. Croix. Bring your mother, bring down your father and your brother. Don't forget your sister. Come to St. Croix. Oh, oh, oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Dr. Eugene Doc Peterson.